Yee-haw! Howdy, folks. I am a redneck, and it is very obvious given my voice and my accent. Yeah, my name is Travis Kiefer Cletus, and I am a proud white trash redneck. I bet you can't get enough of how redneck I am. I bet you think I have a non-working TV sitting on top of a working TV. But I'm not just any redneck. I drink a lot of beer and have a pickup truck, and I have a dog, and my dog's name is Redneck the dog. I do a lot of normal things that y'all non-rednecks do. But now I'm leaving my redneck ways to start a new life after something terrible happened. You see, I was with my mama and papa to the typical flea market. We thought we could buy fleas there. Yes, really, we did. Stop judging me. Shut the fuck up. My dad was getting his usual items: condoms, raccoon meat, possum meat, raccoon condoms, alligator meat, Trump paraphernalia, Budweiser beer, shotguns. It was a typical redneck day until something bad happened. Coming soon, I'll tell you what the bad thing was. I looked around one store for video games and VHS tapes because my family can't afford a DVD player. Thanks a lot, oh bummer. When I noticed a VHS tape, it had tape on the front and was with the Comic Sans font, apparently, and it said, "Special episode of Duck Dynasty." Oh, shit, sorry, it was Times New Roman. I was having one of my fantasies again because I fantasize about Comic Sans. That is my fetish. Oh boy, oh boy. I was happy because Duck Dynasty is the best hunting show ever. I like the dog. I try to shoot the dog when I play the show, but the dog doesn't die. I went up to the cashier, who was named Trevor Narcico, and showed him the item. "Hello, sir. How much is the tape?" I asked, because I really wanted it, as y'all know. "That tape will cost $5.76 and your thall," Trevor Narcico said. He was doing an evil laugh. I just stared at him for 10 minutes because I don't have a job and I don't go to school, until he stopped laughing. "I'm just kidding," he said. "It's going to be $5.76, please." I gave him the money and walked away from him very awkwardly. I paid in Confederate money. I got home to our rundown trailer and ran inside my room. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, a Duck Dynasty VHS tape just for me. I put the tape in and sat on my race car bed with a 2-liter of Sierra Mist and expected this glorious show. Everything was legit normal. The intro and theme were even the same. Nothing was laggy or creepy, although Sharp Dressed Man was the theme song, and I'm more of a fan of Freebird. Nothing was off. It felt like a typical episode of Duck Dynasty, but things got very strange after the intro. The episode started off with the Robertsons and their job, talking about their business making duck calls because they're hunters that like to hunt ducks. Duck hunt. However, after everyone stopped talking, Phil Robertson, the father of the Robertsons, as you may have guessed, started to speak. "I got some good news, fellas. So I know this is a family business and all, but I've decided to hire someone outside of our family," he said, looking very proud and talking distinguished. Everyone groaned at the thought of hiring non-family members. "Why, Dad, that's so freaking stupid," said Willie Robertson. "Because I want to," Phil said, getting up, walking to the door with a top hat and a cane. "Let's get a warm welcome to our new worker, O.J. Simpson." O.J. entered the building, and he really didn't look a lot like O.J. In fact, it was a giant pack of orange juice with a straw through the hole where its head should be, and it waved at each member, giving them handshakes. Now wait a minute, wasn't O.J. from the 1980s? Why was he here? "Hey everyone," said O.J. "My name is O.J. and I just moved down here. I can't wait to enjoy this new job. You might have known me from football. There's nothing else you possibly could have known me from. What do you guys do?" "We hunt and kill ducks," said Willie. Oh, O.J. gasped and was shocked at that. "Oh my golly, well I do need the money," he said. He started to laugh as the show cut to another scene with a rock transition. It was the gang and O.J. out in the woods. They were all wearing camouflage. O.J. was wearing his famous clothing, but in camouflage. So basically it was a Buffalo Bills uniform, but it was camouflage, okay? Stop fucking asking. All right, this is our typical duck hunting. All right, OJ, are you ready? Said Willie, clearly depressed, as he handed him a shotgun. I sure am, he said as he practices his aiming. The camera cut the flocks of ducks flying to mysterious bins that are in the middle of the woods. There was some green goop coming out. I just assumed it was ecto-cooler. Mr. Phil, said OJ, I don't think that green goop is safe for the birds. Shut up! That's what them damn liberals want us to think, OJ, Phil responded. You go, Phil, I said, eating a package of, I think it was Fritos. I don't really keep track of the snack foods I eat. And my 2-liter of Sierra Mist. Y'all ready for this, said Phil, except he said in his distinguished British accent, y'all ready for this, as everyone walked to the forest. I sure am. Let's all go, said OJ, spilling some orange juice out of his sippy straw. Everyone was heading to the forest. OJ looked up and saw a duck fly by. He turned around and raised his gun. Hold steady, I got one, he said before pulling the trigger. There was a small commotion before the shot rang out. Wait, OJ, you're pointing the gun at me, said Jimmy White, who was the cameraman. There was a gunshot and the camera fell to the ground. Oh, no. I will not rest until I find who shot that gun, said OJ in the background. Oh, that was strange. The camera faded to black and came back. It was a title card that said, R.I.P. Jimmy White, 050576 to 090911. It cut to a shot of a church. Everyone was wearing black and OJ was there. It was very strange to watch a giant pack of orange juice wear a tuxedo. The piano version of Sharp Dressed Man was playing in the background, and I still wish it was Freebird, but it's the theme song for the show. Beggars can't be choosers. Everyone was sobbing and crying, remembering the guy that filmed the show. He was a good man, said Willie. Oh, I'll never forget Donald. That was Jimmy White, said OJ, wiping his own tears, which were just little dots of orange juice coming down the side of the container. Oh, Willie said as he stopped crying. I hate him. He's a Bernie Sanders supporter. The music ended as it cut the gang back at the hunting spot. They went back to hunt for more ducks, but this time OJ was more prepared than before. Instead of a typical shotgun... Oh my gosh, that's the gun he had when he killed that one lady. Those two people, actually. Oh no. Oh no, but you know what? It was good to see everyone using their Second Amendment rights. I mean, come on, you know that I'm a redneck. However, as everyone was getting ready, something spooky really happened. A few ducks came out of the woods walking straight to the group. They weren't like regular ducks, so I had to pause this tape. Oh my gosh, my golly, radioactive ducks, go flippin' figure. Ah, no, those bins were filled with nuclear waste. Wouldn't make sense if they were ecto-cooler. Willie loaded his gun and pointed at the duck. The duck flew straight up to Willie's neck and ripped it right off, killing him. Oh my gosh, egad. Everyone screamed as hyper-realistic blood was shown on the screen and the ducks began to attack the Robertsons. They ran away, leaving OJ behind. OJ was face flat on the ground, still alive. He pretended to be dead as the ducks flew off to the city. I gotta stop them, said OJ as he quickly got up. However, a lot of his orange juice lifeblood had leaked. But he still grabbed his gun and 2 loaves of bread for some reason. It was cut to the murderous ducks taking over the city. They were wearing PETA shirts, and it dawned on me. Oh no, PETA was behind this. As a proud New Jersey redneck, I was pissed. Damn those vegans, making people eat veggies and fruits. I like my steak raw. Fucking liberals and their ketchup. You know, well done steak. That sucks, right? I mean, I'm cool when I say that well done steak is not good. There was fire, chaos, and people were dead on the ground. OJ was fighting back as much as he could, trying to avoid getting bitten because if that juice pack opened, oh my gosh. There was a shot of a duck with blue face paint on its beak, and it was wearing a Celtic outfit, and it looked very disheveled. He was standing above a crowd with the dead bodies. Aye, fight and you may die, run and you'll live, at least a while, and dying in your beds many years from now. Would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom? This is Sparta. The group of ducks began to quack and cheer very loudly. I was surprised that ducks could talk. They found OJ and dragged him to the radioactive goop. He was screaming and crying, "No! No! I can't be two beverages at once. I have one blood type, and if I mix it with another, I will juice die." OJ was killed in the goop. The camera cut to a skeleton version of OJ, who was wearing glasses and, for some reason, suspenders. His skeleton body faded away as it faded to black. Text was shown on the screen in that good old Comic Sans font that was actually what I say Times New Roman. Millions of ducks are murdered for no reason. This has to stop. Stop killing ducks, that is all. Unknown. Probably Tony Danza. The VHS stopped playing. Well, that was fucking pointless. I'm hungry right now, I said. I walked out of my room and headed to the front door to go to the dollar store and buy some of that Larry the Cable Guy cake batter. "Hey, Mom," I said. "Can I have that bacon-wrapped alligator that's in the fridge?" I live in New Jersey, by the way. I opened the door and was in shock. Everyone I knew and loved was there, but they were murdered by ducks. Oh, gosh, they were pecking away at their bodies. I was damaged for life. This incident made me leave my redneck life and start a new one. I'm a greeter at Walmart now, so I guess I still kept some of that redneckness about me. I can't change the past and live my redneck ways. I gotta start something fresh and new, or else the ducks will come after me. I am so scared.
Yeehaw!